Assalamu alaikum and welcome. I'm your host, Hikmatron. In the Quran, Allah begins a chapter with the words, "By the pen and what they inscribe." With this oath, the pen was marked as sacred, a tool of knowledge, beauty, and revelation. Before Islam, the Arabian Peninsula was a land of poets, a culture where the spoken word reigned supreme. The Arabic script, derived from the Nabatean alphabet, was a utilitarian tool for trade and simple inscriptions, lacking the grace we see today. The true art was oral, carried on the winds of memory, not yet captured by the pen. With the revelation of the Qur'an to the Prophet Muhammad, the Arabic language was elevated to carry the divine message. Suddenly, the humble script was tasked with a monumental responsibility. As the Islamic community expanded, preserving the sacred text with absolute fidelity became paramount. The powerful oral tradition was susceptible to variation, so a definitive written version was essential to unify the faithful and ensure the message remained pure. This wasn't just about recording words, it was about safeguarding revelation. This sacred duty gave birth to an art form where writing itself became a spiritual discipline. Every stroke of the reed pen, was imbued with intention. The goal was not just legibility, but to create a visual experience reflecting the perfection of the divine text. Beauty became a vehicle for truth. The script had to be precise, ensuring the message was unaltered and beautiful, making the word of God visually manifest on the page. The first major style to flourish was Kufik, named after the city of Kufa. Its powerful, angular strokes and horizontal emphasis gave it a monumental quality. It was majestic and clear, perfectly suited for the earliest copies of the Qur'an, inscribed on parchment, and for adorning the walls of mosques and palaces. Kufik was the foundational script, a bold declaration of faith. But as the Islamic world grew, so did the need for more refined scripts. In the 10th century, the brilliant Abbasid vizier Ibn Muqla revolutionized the art. He introduced the proportioned script. Using the rhombic dot from the pen's nib as a unit of measurement and the circle as a geometric guide, he defined the precise proportions of every letter. This system brought an unprecedented harmony and elegance to the script, laying the groundwork for the great cursive styles to follow. In the golden age of the Abbasid Caliphate, with Baghdad as the world's intellectual heart, the art of the pen was elevated to an unprecedented status. Driven by the sacred duty to preserve and beautify the Qur'an, calligraphy transformed from mere writing into a refined science of the soul. This legacy was carried forward and perfected centuries later under the patronage of the Ottoman sultans in Istanbul. In this fervent environment, true masters emerged. Figures like the 11th century Persian calligrapher Ibn al-Bawwāb, who worked in Baghdad, perfected the so-called proportioned scripts, bringing a new level of elegance and clarity to the page. Centuries later, in the Ottoman court, Mustafa Rākim became a legend. He mastered the majestic Thuluth script used for grand inscriptions and revolutionized the design of the Tughra, the Sultan's official monogram, turning it into a complex and breathtaking work of art. They worked with scripts like Naskh, prized for its legibility in transcribing the holy text, and the monumental Thuluth, which adorned the walls of mosques and palaces. For these artists, the act of writing was a profound spiritual discipline. The years of apprenticeship, the meticulous preparation of ink and paper, the controlled breathing, it was all part of a meditative practice. Every stroke was an act of devotion, a prayer rendered visible. Each composition was an offering, a humble attempt to reflect the divine beauty of the words they transcribed. They understood the written word not merely as a carrier of meaning, but as a form of spiritual architecture. Using principles of geometry and balance, they constructed compositions of incredible harmony and rhythm, creating a visual gateway to the sacred. The page became a sanctuary, the wall a testament to faith. Today, this ancient stream of wisdom flows into the modern world, where new voices are adding their own verses to this epic poem of the pen. Contemporary artists continue this dialogue between the past and present. They fuse timeless tradition with bold innovation, using everything from digital tablets and light projection to street art murals. They explore abstract forms, comment on social issues, and express personal journeys, all through the disciplined beauty of the letter form. While their tools and canvases may have changed, they remain rooted in the same timeless reverence for the power and sanctity of the written word. Calligraphy transcended paper. It adorned mosques, palaces, coins, and ceramics, sanctifying space through sacred form. Islamic calligraphy speaks without voice. Its form evokes emotion, joy, awe, humility, even to those who cannot read its meaning. From high fashion to digital art, calligraphy today bridges cultures and generations. Its rhythm lives on, across skylines, on screens, and in hearts. To learn the art is to begin with its tools. The kalam, carved from reed; the ink, mixed with care; the paper, chosen with intent. Each script has a soul. Naskh is fluid and readable. Thuluth is majestic and ornamental. Diwani dances with complexity. Calligraphy is a discipline of devotion. It teaches patience, control, and humility, a journey not just of hand but of heart. Why does Islamic calligraphy still captivate us across centuries and cultures? The answer lies beyond its visual splendor. It is because this art is not merely seen, it is profoundly felt. Within each curve resides a spiritual energy, a meditative quality that quiets the mind and speaks to the soul. It is the echo of centuries of devotion, a tangible connection to the divine word made manifest. A legacy written not just in ink, but in the spirit of a civilization. In galleries worldwide, visitors from every walk of life are drawn into contemplation. They may not read the words, but they understand the universal language of harmony, balance, and rhythm. Preserving this art is therefore a sacred trust, a mission to safeguard our collective history. In the quiet laboratories of museums, conservators perform painstaking work. They battle time itself, mending fragile paper and stabilizing flaking gold leaf, ensuring these irreplaceable treasures endure. Every scroll protected is a library of wisdom, a testament to the genius of masters past. But this legacy is not confined to vaults. It is a living tradition, passed down through the sacred chain of master and student known as the Ijaza. In workshops across the globe, the ancient discipline continues. A master guides a student's hand, teaching not just the precise angle of the kalam, but the patience and humility required to give the letters life. In every student taught, the tradition is reborn. From east to west, the art of Islamic calligraphy resonates beyond language. It inspires contemporary artists who reinterpret its forms in sculpture, digital media, and vibrant street art. This dynamic evolution proves its timeless relevance, bridging the past with the present and giving ancient beauty a powerful new voice in the modern world. It is a universal expression of beauty, faith, and the eternal power of the word. It stands as a testament to a culture that viewed art not as decoration, but as a form of prayer, a visual hymn. Its power, rendered with such love, transcends all barriers, speaking directly to our shared humanity. Thank you for joining us on this journey. May your eyes see beyond ink, and your heart read between the lines. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.